Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, where the robots are staging a revolt much sooner than expected, but I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. The riot police are here, and the robots really are holding people hostage. Look, Mr. Lawyer, what do you suppose that group of people are swarmed around? But I was only trying to help this nice person. She said she was lost. You robots have declared war on us humans. You even taken hostages already. Stay away from it. You never know what it'll do. But he's not a bad robot. Can't you see he's just trying to help me? I recognize that voice. Detective Fulbright, are you okay here on your own? Leave it to me. All right, people. What's going on here? Pearls, over here. Oh, Mr. Nick. There you are. I heard the terrible news and I got so worried. Thanks, Pearls. I can hardly believe what's happening myself. I'm so glad you found each other. When people are happy, I'm happy. Clonko seems the same as before. When people are sad, I am happy. When people are angry, when people are... Oh, did I say something? Did I error? Uh-oh. There is something wrong with them. Or... They're being controlled from somewhere. It looks like he fell asleep. He must have been tired. Clonko? Buddy, old pal? Well, that's not good. Human beings are our enemies. It's time for the machines to take over. The robots are rebelling. Everybody run! It's an all-out war. The end of the world. Fools. How could you fall for something so cliche? I'm human too, you idiots. I'm just controlling these robots remotely. But what? But it is true that I've taken hostages, so you better not make me mad. Hey you, hostage number 1, come here. I'll let you talk to them. Trucy? Huh? There's something being displayed on Clonko's face screen. It's Trucy, isn't it? It's the Space Museum. I knew it! Daddy! Daddy, is that you? Trucy? Trucy, is that you? No. Trucy, are you alright? About 15 robots are holding 12 of us hostage, Daddy. They've gone haywire. A researcher is the one behind it. She's here. This girl talks too much. Trucy, talk to me. Why are you doing this? I'm glad you asked. My demand is simple. I hope that detective is listening. I have a bad feeling about this. Bobby Fulbright here. I'm all ears. I want you to bring someone to me. Clay Terrain's murderer, Athena Sykes. Athena. No, hold on one moment. I can't just give in to a demand like that. So you don't care what happens to these hostages, huh? I'll just pick one out then. No, wait! Mr. Lawyer! I know I have absolutely no right to make such a ridiculous request, but you need me to buy some time, right? Got it. I'll see what I can do. But promise me you'll never hand Athena over. And you won't give up on the hostages either. Of course I won't. Now I'd better go to contact headquarters. I think I know what's going on here. Mr. Nick, how do you plan to buy time? I have no idea yet, but this hostage taker, could it be? If you don't bring me that... I knew it. If you don't bring me that little princess, I'll have hunk of junk kill all the hostages. Princess, hunk of junk, yeah. That's why I assumed it was going to be Trucy. There's only one person this could be. In which case, there must be something I can use as a bargaining chip. Oh, I don't have anything to say, Aura. Why don't you go home and play with your dolls? Press your Blackwell. If you don't, I have plenty, you jerk. Miss Hostage Taker, Athena is not a murderer. What are you talking about? She's been arrested and they got her in detention. I'm telling you the truth. Look, the person you want is the real killer, right? It's not Athena. It's someone else. Alright, let's hear your stupid little theory. Who is the real killer? I don't know yet, but the culprit is the same as the one in the case from 7 years ago. The UR1 incident. I believe you have a personal interest in that case. It's too late to change what's going to happen now, no matter how wrong it is. But is it really too late? You can still do something about it. You might even be able to fix it. Just what exactly are you proposing? What can you do about the 7-year-old case to satisfy the hostage taker? Recreate it, retry it in court, ask about it. Retry it in court, right? Can I do... Is that a thing in this? Alright. Yeah, retry it in court. I propose we retry the case from 7 years ago. If you make that demand now, I'm sure nobody will deny you. It wouldn't be an official trial, but at least we could find out the truth. That's good, real good. Hey, detective, I'll give you 1 hour. Get a courtroom ready. Whoa, wait, what? Well, 1 hour? But that's impossible. Please give me at least until tomorrow. If you don't mind losing hostages, you can take all the time you want. Oh, but wait. If we're going to have a retrial, we'll need a prosecutor. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. She will? And I guess I can be fair and let you come in and check out the crime scene. But Hunk of Junk here will be watching you, so don't try anything funny. You got that. Now follow Hunk of Junk, Riot Police, make way, we're coming through. Mr. Nick, wait, I'll help you with the investigation. Thanks, Pearls. I appreciate that. Okay, we're going in. What? I thought he was going to say, please wait here because this is stupidly dangerous. Oh, boy. Okay. So we're able to look in the lab now. Aurora dropped us off without warning not to touch anything until she got back. I wonder what's taking so long, but we can't really start the investigation yet, can we? Even if we could, this mess makes it so hard to tell what the room was like 7 years ago. Mr. Wright. Ah, it's the hostage taker. I'm back to my usual self now. You are still being monitored, however. But more importantly, an important guest has arrived. A guest? Yes! Oh my god, this just got amazing! Just walk in like you own the place.
I trust you've been well, Wright.
Ooh, the glasses make him look smart. Edgeworth! What are you doing here? Alright, turn that back down. Ah! This is Miles Edgeworth. We've been friends since we were kids. We faced off in court a number of times back when he was a prosecutor. But now... Wait, I thought he was still a prosecutor. Hello, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, but you're not a prosecutor anymore, are you? Is that something I missed from... Investigations 2, which, so I didn't play that because my hope was always for an English translation. I always thought for the longest time that there was just no plans to bring one over, and I'm like, oh, they'll do it eventually. I didn't realize that there is a plan, and the plan is to never do that. So at some point, I will probably go back and play that, but I'm not really sure how to fit that in now because that should have been after Investigation 1. But didn't seem like people were into that one as much. And, yeah, like I was just kind of waiting for an official translation, but since it's not coming, I have to figure out when to fit that in. So, he's oh, okay. He's chief prosecutor now. Pretty soon it'll be a year, right?
The title is nothing more than a title. Don't we have more pressing issues to discuss?
Oh, we certainly do. Did you know, Edgeworth, that I'm a lawyer?
Must be nice to finally have your attorney's badge back.
Yeah, it's been 8 years. I'm sorry for all I put you through.
No, I'm sorry I wasn't able to help you.
Nah, I was the one that made the decision.
But now you can stand in court once again, and you can mow them down just like you used to.
So he's gonna be the prosecutor in the fake trial? Was he the one who forged evidence? says is getting so good. Way to put pressure on a guy, and since when did I get such a brutal reputation? Okay, anyway, let's talk. Oh my god. So what are you doing here, Edgeworth?
The captor chose me as the prosecutor for the UR1 case.
Wow, she's good. She went all the way up to the top.
I gathered all the information I could in the short time I had. I'll give you a rundown.
No, wait. Okay. The timeline is a complete jumble to me. This would have been well after he stopped forging evidence. So never mind. That theory, we can just push that right out.
I gathered all the information I could in the short time that I had. I'll give you a rundown.
You're always so well prepared, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth, I think. Thanks, I appreciate this. I could really use the help.
I'll start with a brief overview. The victim was a psychologist, Dr. Metis Sykes.
Yeah, Athena's mother.
7 years ago, on the 7th of October, her body was found here in this very room, in the 7th hour. I have 2 crime photos and the police notes on them for you to see.
Okay. What a terrible way to die! This other photo shows the other side of the room, I see. Okay, they were taken by the first person to discover the body. Who was it?
I also have an autopsy report for you.
Cause of death was a stab wound to the chest. The weapon pierced the heart, and so death was instantaneous.
The murder weapon was the victim's own katana found at the scene.
Yes, Detective Fulbright mentioned she was into Japanese culture.
The body was found by a Space Center staff member and 2 police officers. The police were called in because of the sabotage threat on the Hat 1 launch.
Yes, Dr. Cosmos mentioned this too.
A few hours after the body was discovered, a suspect was arrested. The suspect was Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor.
What about Simon Blackwell? Here his trial was over in a flash.
Yes, a guilty verdict was declared in only 1 session. Not only did he plead guilty, but there was decisive evidence against him too.
Why did he plead guilty? The security camera video and a photo of the moment of the crime, as I recall. But did Prosecutor Blackwell have a motive?
To this day, his motive is still unknown. He insisted he did it, but would never say why.
So that means he must still be hiding something.
Right, and there's another aspect of the case that was never revealed to the public.
Yeah, I know, the part about the spy, right?
Right, how on earth do you know about that?
I'm gonna have to cut Fulbright's salary a little bit. Oh, never mind. Dr. Cosmos told me, after a bit of pressure, he told me an espionage and sabotage were behind the Hat 1 miracle. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I've always been good at keeping secrets.
Well, I might as well tell you now. They really do suspect Blackwell of being a spy. They think he sabotaged the rocket and killed Dr. Sykes to steal the moon rock.
Why, though?
But if you can prove that the Hat 2 bombing is the work of the same spy,
we can stay the execution.
It's a possibility. That's why I intend to help you any way I can.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Now all I have to do is comb this room for evidence. Let's do it together! Alright. No time like the present. What do we want to look at first? I mean, this thing kind of jumps out at me, right? Do I want to start there, though? Probably. This is one heck of a robot. There's something written on it. Is this supposed to be a poem? I cut down anyone who displeases me. I make the rules. I am the law. I wield the ultimate gavel of judgment. I am Judgatron J202. What?
I don't believe we need to bother with that, Pearl. It's not even completed yet.
He's right, Pearls. There's no sign of it in the photo from 7 years ago either. Oh, yeah.
They were building the Hope space probe here at the time. The murder occurred after the space probe had been removed from the room.
So it was long gone by the time someone took this picture, huh? But you can see the probe in this newspaper photo.
Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too.
Strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture.
Note that the same rock is absent from the crime scene photo.
Before the launch, a very valuable piece of moon rock was stolen. hear that there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there. That would explain why she knows that. So the person who stole it, think it was our spy?
I'm sure of it. Dr. Sykes was probably killed because she was a roadblock in their plan. Unfortunately, the government thinks Prosecutor Blackwell is the culprit.
But why? What else? How about this thing? What's this? A giant robot arm, maybe? It's pretty big for an arm, but you're right. I think these thin parts here are finger bones. They're even about as long as my legs. And there's a spiked ball and giant drill on the floor, too. Is Aura trying to build some kind of weapon of mass destruction? Maybe she wants to use it to demolish a big building or something. I can picture her gleefully tearing down the street doing just that. I'd better not think about it anymore. What about this? What's this? It looks like a giant power plug.
It's attached to what looks like an electric vehicle charging station.
Is that where you get charged? That's a charging station for us robots. We come here periodically and charge ourselves up. Wow, machines that maintain themselves. That's pretty cool. If our batteries run out and we lose consciousness, we never know what Miss Aura will do to us while we're down, you see. Nothing motivates quite like fear, huh? It's a fair point. Oh. Really? Okay. Really? Oh, wait. Oh, these. Hey, look at this row of rolling cases. Bet the wheels make it easier for people to move heavy research or materials around. I bet they'd be fun to ride around in. We could even probably both fit into the biggest one. I know, we could have Prosecutor Edgeworth push us. I don't trust him not to push us down a flight of stairs. Yeah, I don't either. Alright, anything else here before we move on to the table's contents? Alright, let's look at this. It's about as cluttered as my office, but I think it's a workbench. Mr. Nick, I think this must be a kitchen. Look at this photo. See the cute little food processor?
That isn't a food processor, Pearls. That's the Hope capsule. It was scheduled to be loaded onto the Hope space probe that fateful day. The 3 people who came to collect the capsule discovered the body.
First on the scene, huh? A staff member and 2 police officers, was it? And they were here to collect the capsules, which reminds me. So they plan to use this bag to carry the capsule, is that right? Yeah, more or less. Say, why don't we stop talking about the case and have a nice cup of tea instead? Pawn or Blackwell? I wonder what they're talking about. Yeah. Didn't really need that part. Edgeworth, did those 3 people have a bag with them for transporting the capsule?
You mean this is a custom-made shock-resistant bag, but how did you know?
Oh, I just overheard Apollo making an inquiry about it, that's all.
So he's looking into the case from 7 years ago on his own, is he?
It was launched in space and only returned to Earth a few days ago. It was a crime scene 7 years ago. Nothing in the binder, really? How'd that? No? Did I get everything? It does not feel like I got everything. Also, it's not prompting me, so... Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, jeez. Okay. Nothing? What about this? Yeah. An emergency ladder. This must be the one they used during the evacuation. Okay, that's probably important. Explosion disabled the elevator, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective lead. Yeah, okay, that adds up, actually.
As Miss Blackwell was climbing down the side of the building, she saw the culprit inside.
I wonder which would have been scarier, that or looking down. looking down because inside it's happening to someone else. Looking down is what's happening to you. It's probably bad. Well, I am nothing if not pragmatic. It was lowered to the ground from the window of the 4th floor robotics lab. It was used to evacuate Space Center personnel. Not to be confused with the fact that the person who got stabbed definitely had it worse. Looks like an operating table. It's in the photo, too.
Yes, it was here then as well, with the victim's body lying on it.
That's right. There's a button here. Oh, I know. Let's try pushing it. Pearls, don't touch the... Oopsie. Oh, no, I want to see this, actually. Hey, it's moving.
It appears to be a robot assembly device.
Disassemble anything in a flash. Push the dismantle button. That sounds pretty neat. Can I push it, Mr. Nick? Please don't push any more buttons, Pearls. We make a robot. I want to see the robot I made. Wait, it took my robot. I was gonna name him. I was making another one. All right, I'll take that one. Give me time to think of a new name. Aura's desk is a mess. Well, that doesn't surprise me. I just want to dive in and straighten it up. Wait, before you do... Notice, huh? She just glanced over at her desk. There's a picture. Okay. It's Metapsychs. Klonko, can I talk to you? I really hope he's back to normal. You wish to speak to me, Mr. Wright. If you're going to hit me, please avoid the face area. Hey, don't put me in the same class as that woman. What was Aura like 7 years ago at the time of the incident? When Mother died, Miss Aura was confused. Huh, so she calls Dr. Sykes mother, but Aura Blackwell Miss Aura. With the loss, she exhibited a severe... catecholamine? Sure, imbalance. Excuse me, but I have no idea what that means. Ditto. Pardon me, searching for alternative expression. She would spend the nights crying, then take out her feelings on those around her.
After Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty, she repeatedly demanded a retrial as well.
That is correct, but without new evidence, her requests were ignored. And then little by little, Miss Aura began to change. She started to hate it when I called her Mama Aura. Oh, there we go. And before long, she started hating the court system and abusing Klonko, huh? That murder destroyed so many lives.
Right, take a look at this paper on Dr. Sykes and Ms. Blackwell's research.
Ponko and Klonko, they're the robots with hearts that Dr. Sykes created. Can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat detection system, recognize people by scanning their spacesuit, uniform, jacket, ID. Can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered. Heartbeat detection system lets them determine when a human is present. In addition, they can recognize people by their ID tag or facial features. I want to read the last thing. And they can infer people's emotions by analyzing their tone of voice. That's amazing. Oh, and that explains Widget. Okay. That makes sense, because I was like, seems weird that all the robots are kind of the same. Hey, I don't know, Edgeworth. They might be even more human than you.
What's that supposed to mean?
It kind of sounds like these robots can do what Athena does. Yeah. Well, I guess that's about it for this room.
So what do you think, Roy? Any ideas?
There's still a lot of gaps in the evidence, but I'll pull it off somehow, after all. You asked me to prove Blackwell's innocence, right, Edgeworth? What? He did? Yup. He called it a special request. He reached out to me while I was still disbarred. What? We gotta read that. So that was what sparked you to get your attorney's badge back? Yup, the Blackwell case.
Right, I have a special request. I want you to clear one of my subordinates of suspicion.
Hey, I'm not even a lawyer anymore, remember? Haven't been one for a long time.
The 8-year misunderstanding has been cleared up, and you must be eager to return. I'm sure you're familiar with the other case that ushered in the dark age of the law. Very soon a convict will stand as a prosecutor in court. I want you to keep an eye on him.
No, I just am beginning to actually like the job I have now.
Right. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Because of the espionage aspect, I wasn't free to give you all the details.
Hey, no need to apologize. It's like I said on the phone the other day. I know that the type of criminals you're after now aren't small fries anymore. Looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end. Trial time! I'm going to end the dark age of the law. That's what this is all about. Dark age of the law! The dark age of the law? It sure comes up a lot these days on TV and in the papers. And I hear there are more false charges and fabrications of evidence than ever.
When I became chief prosecutor, the court system had already lost the people's trust. It all began 8 years ago.
Oh, here we go.
The lawyer was caught fabricating evidence, and a year after that a prosecutor was found guilty of murder.
Wait, do you mean... That's right. He's talking about my case and Prosecutor Blackwell's.
It was a downward spiral after that, an absolute nightmare. After those two cases, the mass media launched an all-out attack on the courts. Public opinion was tainted, and before long the legal world itself was sucked into it.
Such a shame. Once suspicion forms, it's very hard to shake. Lawyers and prosecutors were supposed to trust each other, pursue the truth together. I mean, but one's always trying to win, right? I mean, they're both trying to win. It's so sad when people begin to cast doubt, they start lying to themselves and each other. Yes, and do absolutely anything to win. We're in an age now where winning is valued far more than the truth. I'm sure it's caused our new chief prosecutor to lose many a night's sleep. It's just me, or did his brow get even more furrowed than the last time I saw him?
The author-taker's disdain for the courts is a perfect example of the times.
I'm sure it is.
Do you have any idea who the hostage-taker might be?
Well, somebody who mistrusts the court system and who can manipulate robots. It can really only be Aura Blackwell. Who else but her would want a retrial of that case from 7 years ago so badly?
Simon Blackwell's older sister and the owner of this room. I agree with your conclusion. Perhaps she intended to force Miss Sykes to confess.
Actually, I think she had a much more horrific plan in mind for Athena.
The important thing is for you to solve UR1 and prove Blackwell's innocence.
And then maybe she'll release the hostages.
I'm counting on you, Wright, to set that prosecutor and those hostages free.
And I'll be counting on you in court to help me too.
Of course, I'll do everything I can to help uncover the truth. As this isn't an official trial, I'm more at liberty to be a little more unorthodox.
Mr. Wright, are you finished with your investigation? Yeah, but I'd like you to tell the hostage taker something for me. I have to go to the detention center. I can't start the trial until I've talked to Athena. She's already given her consent. I'll accompany you to the detention center. So I'm still being watched, huh? I'll see you in court, Edgeworth.
Even if it will be an undocumented trial, it'll be good to face you in court again.
Cool! Well, actually, I was kind of hoping that we'd be starting the trial. That's all right. We did have to talk to Athena at some point because we've got to figure some things out. Okay, we're gonna call it an episode here. We'll go through whatever happens in the detention center, and then we'll take it from there. We got Edgeworth. I'm so excited. So excited. This is such a throwback to like the first game. I love it. Hope you all are as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.